Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. This is there's surveillance footage of a woman who was shot and killed right outside of her home in Tomball, Texas, which I don't know where that is. And if I can quickly bring it up, I will. And she apparently she was setting up for a garage sale for that day. According to her husband, they were going to try to raise money for an anniversary trip they'd be taking. So there's Tomball, Texas, and it's outside of Houston by about 35 miles or so. Okay, so she was set there, and there's surveillance footage that captures the shooting of her at a distance. You see somebody pull up, I guess, in a vehicle, and they've later determined that it was a pickup truck. You see it drive away after this person gets out, approaches her, kind of just walks up, approaches her, and then after, I guess, is seemingly talking to her, points a pistol at her and shoots her 3 times, then stands over her and shoots her 1 more time, then runs back to the pickup truck and pulls away. Over at the ABC report, it looks as though, but it's impossible to know for sure. And in fact, the detective that's conducting the press conference says that it could be a woman, it could be a man dressed up as a woman, but it looks as though the person has long hair, and in fact, kind of looks like the shape of a body of a woman. I almost can see the figure of a woman, a larger woman, but it's impossible to know that. And maybe the detective's right; it is somebody that's a man dressed up as a woman to disguise themselves. They have surveillance footage of the pickup truck also captured a little bit later after the incident, and they've released that as well. There's no leads in the. I'm going to show you the video in a second. It's very shocking for sure. It's terrible. And she died the next day in the hospital. I think she worked in the hospital because it says she died in the same hospital where she brought tons of joy to people where she worked. I'm not sure what her occupation was. So that's her and her husband right there. Her name is Elizabeth Barraza, and her husband is Sergio Barraza. Let me show you the video first, and it's definitely shocking. It's pretty awful. So this is all taking place back in here. That is Elizabeth Barraza, setting up for, I think, at like 7 in the morning on the 25th of January, like 2 weeks ago. Somebody's pulling up right now over here, and they just got out of their car. I think they left it running. That's why you see the lights on the car still. Her husband had just left for work like 10 minutes before this or something like that. It looks like a large woman, but it's hard to know. And that's the pickup truck right there. So, if you ask my opinion, it looked like a woman, the shape of a woman, ran like a man, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. So, like I said, there's no motive for it. There's no leads in the case yet. Her father is pictured there. Her husband's in the background listening, and her husband spoke at the press conference. I don't know how recent. I mean, this report is from the 7th, which is today, and this is from yesterday. And here is her husband speaking at the press conference, just quickly for a few seconds.
Had to trade our 5th anniversary for her funeral. I ask if anybody knows anything, please come forward. Please come forward. We need justice for Liz. I need justice for this.
Fairly certain that's the Houston Police Department. I believe that's the Chief of Police of Houston, the Houston Police Department. Yeah, I recognize him. And in the same report here, one of the detectives is explaining that it could be a woman, it could be a man dressed as a woman, and they show it a little bit closer. So I'll play that real quick before I end this, and I got to go.
It is possible that it could have been a male dressing up as a female. It could have been a male with longer hair.
Investigators say it's not clear whether Liz's murder was targeted or random, but they reminded us today that Liz had no known enemies.
This woman, from what I can see, did not have a mean bone in her body.
She spent her adult life spreading love and cheer to all of those around her.
All right, so like I said, there's no leads in the case right now. There's a $20,000 reward out there being offered by, I believe, Crime Stoppers and some group that she and her husband belonged to. They were avid Star Wars fans, and I believe that they've contributed to the reward fund. A Crime Stoppers reward of up to $20,000 is being offered for information leading to an arrest. If you know anything, you're urged to call Crime Stoppers 713-222-TIPS. And that's the same surveillance footage. All right, well, that is the story there. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.